Welcome back. In this demonstration we're going to make these little cakes based on the idea from Wayne Thiebaud. We just got done watching a PowerPoint in class about Wayne Thiebaud. He was an American artist, and he is best known for his pictures of food like cake and candy, and how he kind of sets it out in a very consumeristic way and has really bright colors and uses color harmony. So some of the things that we're going to be talking about is, first of all, repetition. He uses repetition perfectly. The way he repeats the little cakes stacked back, the way that he has like the same cake repeated over and over again, but he doesn't necessarily make patterns. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't, but mostly we're going to be looking at repetition and how can we achieve repetition without making a pattern. Okay, and then also we talked about his color harmony. He uses beautiful color harmony, whether it's in his cakes or his other kinds of foods or some of his really incredible landscapes that he makes. In a lot of them he uses warm colors and cool colors together, and he creates a harmony of colors, usually with analogous colors, sometimes with other combinations, but today we're going to focus on using analogous colors and warm and cool colors to make some of those color harmonies. Okay, so to get started, this is about what we're going to have when we get done. All right, you're going to need one piece of paper, and you're going to take the back of the paper and you're going to put your name on it. My name's Mr. Lundgren. And you're going to put your grade number and your home room teacher. Okay, then flip your paper over. And to get started, we're going to make a little line that's going to show us where the counter is. I like to put mine a little higher up, about there. You can choose to put yours wherever. If you want a little lower down, that's fine. You're just not going to be able to fit as many cakes in on that counter. And this kind of gives the viewer a little place of knowing where things are going to be. Then, as we proceed, try to draw as lightly as you possibly can so that we can kind of just get an idea of where we're going to be going with this, and we can erase as we proceed forward. I'm going to put one plate. I'm just going to make like an oval line, very light, so that I can erase it. There's one plate. Then I'm going to take another oval kind of right next to it and make a plate that's kind of going off the page right there. And then I'm going to make another plate, an oval shape, right here that's just about going off the page. So you can see we have one full one that's very much off the page, kind of way over here outside, and then one that's just a little bit off the page. Then we're going to make two more ovals. We're going to make one right here, and we're going to make one right here. Okay, so those are going to be our plates. And you can kind of see we've got 5 of them, so there's an odd number, and it's going to make kind of a nice triangular composition. All right, then we're going to start with our cake. First of all, think of what kind of cake from the PowerPoint you want right in front here. I'm going to have that one that's kind of lying down on the side, like this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a horizontal line right here, and then I'm going to put a diagonal back this way. And notice how I'm overlapping off that, and a diagonal line back this way. Then I'm going to take another little line to right there and make one triangle there and make this one trapezoidy. That one I drew a little too far, so I'm just going to erase that. If you draw too far, that's fine. Erase things so that you have a good sense of having it look overlapping. At this point, I'm going to take this eraser, and I'm just going to erase that plate line so that that looks like it's more sitting on the plate. Alright, now to make the cake a little bit more believable, I'm going to put a little ruffle on the top edge there, and I'm going to put the little layers. One of the things we want is we do want to have those layers on our cakes so that we have something fun to paint in later. Okay, so get that first cake done. Then we're going to do these 2 side cakes. Let's make these 2 the same kind of cake. So I'm going to, and I don't care what kind of cake you decide, I'm going to put mine straight line up like that, little diagonal line back, so you can imagine that's kind of a parallelogram. And then a triangle for the top, and I'm going to curve it, and you can pretend that it kind of goes out over the edge like that. Alright, then I'm going to erase the plate line and put my little sections in here. So I've got 4 sections on that one. Now I'm going to make this kind of same cake over on this side, but we're going to just show a little bit more of it since we've got it over on this side. So I'm going to put the front of it in. I'm going to put the triangle up here. I'm going to actually put a wiggly edge on the back of it just to kind of have that cake feel. I'll actually put the little wiggle back there. Okay, and then that same trapezoidy shape there. Erasing the middle, and then putting our 4 sections on. I'm going to try to space them out pretty much the same, almost so it looks like they could have been cut from the same kind of, the same pie or the same cake. Alright, now we're going to do the 2 in the background. We're going to make those the same as well. So decide what kind you want. Maybe you want it to be like a piece of pie, alright, from one of those ones that had pie. So I'm going to do a shorter piece, angle it up this way, and then the pie kind of had a curved side, didn't it? Kind of like that. Alright, then I'm going to do the triangle at the top, and I'll do the kind of ruffly edge on this one. And then I think some of those pies actually had like one line right there where they had like the frosting stuff on top and the other stuff on the bottom. And maybe I'll even put a little crust on the bottom, like that. Okay, I'm going to erase the plate line behind there. And now we're going to make the same thing on the other side. I'm going to start here with my straight line. I'm going to draw my like rectangle-y trapezoid with the curved pie edge. Draw a triangle. Curve that. Put my wiggly edge on the top. Erase my plate line. And then I'll put in that line there and the little crust line at the bottom, like that. Okay. Now, in the previous drawing, you'll notice that I used overlapping here on the counter. Okay. If you would like to use overlapping and make those pies a little higher, or make it a cake piece that's taller in the background, that's really going to make your picture look really nice to have some of that overlapping. But I didn't do it on this one so much, but you can if you want. Alright, that kind of concludes the picture piece of just the drawing. So we'll come back in a minute with oil pastels.